Today, June 2nd, Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this now. It's an emergency. The identity of this person who wants to harm you is out. Hear the name. Open immediately. My child, you are not imagining it. What you've been feeling in your spirit, that strange uneasiness, that sudden heaviness in your heart, that random moment of fear when everything seems fine on the outside, it's all real. You've been sensing something, and that something has a name. That someone has been watching you. Planning. Pretending. And now heaven cannot remain silent anymore. I, Archangel Michael, have come forward by divine instruction. It's urgent. There is no time to delay. Open your heart and listen with the Spirit, because what I say now can change the direction of your next 24 hours. And child, this is not just about you. It's about your destiny. You have walked through fire and still smiled. You have trusted people who broke your trust. You have prayed for those who quietly plotted against you. And still, you chose kindness. But there is a limit to what heaven will allow others to do to you. The person who is trying to harm you, their identity is no longer hidden in the shadows. The spiritual realm has exposed them. Their name is already written in the records of heaven as someone who has been warned repeatedly. But now, they've gone too far. Their energy has grown dark. Their words behind your back have turned into traps. And they don't know this yet, but they're being watched now by forces far greater than they understand. Your angels have tried to shield you quietly. But today, on June 2nd, I've been sent with urgency. Because the plan this person has, is meant to trigger something painful in you. They want to see you fall, child. Not because you did anything wrong. But because your light threatens the darkness they carry. You remind them of everything they could have been. Your peace bothers their demons. And your future makes them feel forgotten. But heaven has not forgotten you. No. Heaven is about to surprise you. While they're making secret moves, God is writing secret miracles. Warning: listen to me carefully, before you continue, subscribe now. Why? Because what I am about to reveal will only reach those who are spiritually chosen. If you're seeing this, it's not an accident. It means you've been marked for divine clarity and angelic protection. So don't miss the next word from heaven. Stay connected. Warning. This person, yes, that one, has used charm before. They've hidden under the mask of sweetness. They smile when they speak to you, but the vibration behind their eyes is unsettled. The energy doesn't match the words. Have you felt that? That something's off? That you're being studied more than loved? That's because you are. Their intentions have shifted from curiosity to obsession. And obsession quickly turns to control. But they cannot control what God has already covered. They do not own your future. They cannot touch your destiny. The angels have spoken your name in the council of heaven. And child, your name shines. Even when your name is dragged through mud here, it glows like gold there. Even when people try to distort your story, God rewrites it with purpose. The one who is after you will now face the consequences of their own choices. But you must stay alert. Do not take strange calls. Do not agree to sudden, secret meetings. Do not respond to manipulation disguised as concern. When the energy feels rushed, dangerous, or overly convincing, step back. Heaven is sending you a feeling, that feeling is called discernment. You are being guided now. You may feel alone at times, but you are not. Your ancestors, your guides, your angels, and I, Archangel Michael, we are surrounding you in silence. And we've started putting things into motion. You'll notice small signs. Delays. Glitches in their plans. Words they can't find. People who suddenly walk away from them. That's not a coincidence. That's the beginning of their exposure. Their mask will slip soon. And their name, the one you've wondered about, that name will come to your ears within days. Don't go chasing confirmation. It will come to you directly. Their own tongue will betray them. You might hear it in a conversation not meant for you. You might catch a message you weren't supposed to see. You might feel their energy shift when they know you've seen through their act. And at that moment, don't react. Stay calm. Stay in prayer. Heaven is testing your maturity, not your power. You've already won. You just have to protect the victory by not entertaining drama. I need you to know this: the next few days are sensitive. There is a breakthrough coming, but it often comes right after a moment of intense pressure. That's what this is. The enemy wants to make you feel like it's all falling apart. But in reality, it's all falling into place. You are being rerouted to something better. You're being guided away from destruction. Sometimes the delay is protection. Sometimes the heartbreak is redirection. And sometimes, the exposure of one person saves your future from collapsing. You are chosen. You are loved. And you are being watched from heaven with honor. I saw you last night, when you couldn't sleep. When your eyes stared at the ceiling and your chest felt heavy for no reason. That was me, whispering to your soul. Stay strong. That wasn't anxiety. That was a warning wrapped in love. I need you to start trusting your spiritual instincts more than ever. If someone makes your peace shake, they are not from God. If someone steals your joy, even when smiling at you, that's not love, it's confusion. And God is not the author of confusion. The next chapter of your life is about to start, only when you finally release the energy of this person trying to pull you down. They are not confused. They know what they're doing. They just think you don't. But what they didn't know, is that heaven talks. God talks. Angels speak. And today, you heard us. You are chosen. You are loved. And you are being watched from heaven with honor. I saw you last night, when you couldn't sleep. When your eyes stared at the ceiling and your chest felt heavy for no reason. That was me, whispering to your soul. Stay strong. That wasn't anxiety. That was a warning wrapped in love. I need you to start trusting your spiritual instincts more than ever. If someone makes your peace shake, they are not from God. If someone steals your joy, even when smiling at you, that's not love, it's confusion. And God is not the author of confusion. The next chapter of your life is about to start, only when you finally release the energy of this person trying to pull you down. They are not confused. They know what they're doing. They just think you don't. But what they didn't know, is that heaven talks. God talks. Angels speak. And today, you heard us. My child, it is time to forgive, but don't forget. Don't go back. Don't keep explaining your worth. The one who wants to harm you may still try to appear kind. They may even bring gifts. Or send a message of apology. But understand, it's not from the heart. It's from panic. They feel the divine pressure. They sense that their time in your life is up. They know something bigger is coming for you. They know they no longer have access. You are rising. You are glowing in places they never thought you'd survive. And now, because you opened this message today, June 2nd, something divine is unlocking for you. Heaven has sent orders for the protection shield around you to strengthen. There are blessings that were being delayed because of this person's spiritual interference. But not anymore. That blockage is being removed. A door will open. A name will be exposed. And a miracle will arrive. Just wait. More will be revealed. But first, subscribe. Stay near the light. Heaven has more to say. And child, this is just the beginning. There's something else you need to know, and it might shock you. The person who is trying to harm you wasn't always this way. At one point, they admired you. They were inspired by your resilience, your kindness, your light. But somewhere along the line, their admiration turned into jealousy. Their inspiration turned into comparison. And then, comparison turned into resentment. They started asking questions like, why do you get noticed? Why does your name get spoken in places they wish they were? But what they don't understand is that you paid a silent price for your blessings. You fought silent battles. You wept in private. You carried weights that no one clapped for. They only saw the light. They never saw the crushing that created it. And now? Now they want to interrupt what God has planned for you. But they're too late. Heaven already knew. Long before they whispered about you, long before they plotted behind your back, long before they laughed thinking you'd never find out, God knew. And child, when God knows, justice begins. That's what's happening now. The winds are shifting. You're not imagining the chaos around you. It's spiritual turbulence. What's hidden is being forced into the light. And the one who thought they were hidden, is standing right at the edge of exposure. Heaven will not stay silent anymore. They are about to lose access to you permanently. They will feel it. The shift. The silence. The absence of your energy. Your presence was a covering for them, and they never realized it. Your prayers were protecting them. Your kindness was saving them. But they misused the covering. And now, that covering is lifting. Heaven has pulled the alarm. And I, Archangel Michael, am sent directly to warn you before they make one last attempt to pull you back into their confusion. Do not answer their text. Do not open that DM. Do not say, just one call. Because one moment of weakness can delay your breakthrough. And you are too close now. Don't lose this moment. I know it's hard. I know you still care. But caring doesn't mean tolerating poison. Loving doesn't mean losing your peace. They made a choice, and now, God is making one too. God is choosing to protect you. And heaven always chooses the one with clean hands and a pure heart. Even if no one else understands. Even if people think you're cold for walking away. Even if they lie about why you left. Let them lie. Let them assume. Let them misunderstand. Because God understands. And that's enough. The truth always rises. And the truth about them is rising now. You're going to feel it soon. The shift. The sudden wave of clarity. The energy pulling away from confusion and returning to peace. It may feel unfamiliar, because you've gotten used to surviving. But child, now you are entering thriving. It may feel too quiet at first, don't mistake that for emptiness. It's space. Sacred space. The kind of space where new things grow. Where real love enters. Where miracles finally find room to land. Someone else is being prepared for you. Not just romantically, but in friendship, in support, in partnership, in healing. Someone who will honor what you bring. They will not compete with your light, they will protect it. They won't try to dim you, they will celebrate you. And they will never make you question whether you're too much. That's what's coming. But first, this exposure must happen. You may hear a name in the next few hours. You may hear a confession. You may hear something that breaks your heart, but don't run from it. Sometimes the truth hurts before it heals. This person, they chose to wear a mask for too long. But no mask can survive in the presence of light. And child, you carry too much light now. Don't dim it. Don't shrink. Don't doubt what you know in your spirit. Heaven doesn't lie. Your intuition isn't crazy. Those dreams, those signs, those feelings, they are warnings. Soft, sacred whispers from above. And now, this is the loudest one yet. You are being warned to prepare. Someone else is being prepared for you. Not just romantically, but in friendship, in support, in partnership, in healing. Someone who will honor what you bring. They will not compete with your light, they will protect it. They won't try to dim you, they will celebrate you. And they will never make you question whether you're too much. That's what's coming. But first, this exposure must happen. You may hear a name in the next few hours. You may hear a confession. You may hear something that breaks your heart, but don't run from it. Sometimes the truth hurts before it heals. This person, they chose to wear a mask for too long. But no mask can survive in the presence of light. And child, you carry too much light now. Don't dim it. Don't shrink. Don't doubt what you know in your spirit. Heaven doesn't lie. Your intuition isn't crazy. Those dreams, those signs, those feelings, they are warnings. Soft, sacred whispers from above. And now, this is the loudest one yet. You are being warned to prepare. Because this next exposure will come fast. It might be public. It might be quiet. But it will be clear. So clear that you'll never second-guess yourself again. And when it happens? Thank God. Because sometimes protection doesn't look like a miracle, it looks like a goodbye. Let them go. And let God do what only heaven can do. But before you move on, I ask you again, stay connected. Subscribe now, because the angels are not done. More will be revealed. The next few days are crucial, and your obedience in this moment can open doors you didn't even know existed. Because even now, as you read this, there is someone else watching. But this time, they're not watching to harm. They're watching to help. Someone who's been quietly observing your strength. Someone who saw how you handled betrayal with grace. Someone who's been praying for someone just like you. And they don't want to use you. They want to honor you. That's what's coming. But first, the name must be revealed. The mask must fall. And the truth must rise. Be still, child. Don't panic. Just be aware. And stay in the light. Heaven sees everything, and you are deeply protected. This is not a warning to scare you. This is a message of love. Of divine interruption. Of mercy. Because the very fact that you are reading this means you are chosen. You are covered. And because you are ready, heaven is now moving everything around you. Rearranging. Repositioning. Removing what no longer aligns with your calling. There's a quiet rearrangement happening, even while your world may seem still on the outside. People are being exposed. Opportunities are being redirected. Conversations are being heard in rooms you never even entered. And your name, yes, your name, is being spoken with reverence in divine spaces. They don't even know it yet, but there is a powerful shift underway. A heavenly decision has already been made. But listen closely, this person who's trying to harm you still thinks they're in control. They believe they've gone unnoticed. They believe their strategies are clever, hidden, untraceable. But they didn't count on one thing, heaven watching every detail. Their whispers are heard. Their steps are recorded. Their energy cannot hide from divine presence. They are walking straight into the consequences of their own choices. God doesn't allow harm to linger forever. No attack against you will go unanswered. Not now. Not anymore. There was a time when you felt like justice would never come. When you cried at night wondering if anyone would ever see the truth. When people believed lies about you. When the one causing the pain looked innocent while you were left carrying the blame. Heaven remembers every moment of that pain. And now? Heaven is answering. This isn't revenge. This is restoration. The identity of this person is already known in heaven. But soon, it will be known to you. Not through chaos, not through drama, but through divine clarity. Their name will be revealed through a conversation that slips, a person who suddenly opens up, a truth that rushes to your ears like a river finally breaking through a dam. When it comes, don't run. Don't spiral. Don't doubt it. Receive it. Breathe. Let peace stay with you. Because heaven has already gone ahead of you. That's why this message reached you today. June 2nd is not an ordinary day. It's a spiritual marker. A crossing point. A turning page. A moment of unlocking. Something about this day carries weight in the spiritual realm. That's why you're seeing this now, not earlier, not later, but now. Because your soul is aligned for revelation. And not just to receive it, but to be transformed by it. Even now, someone in your circle is starting to feel uncomfortable in your presence, not because you've changed, but because you've awakened. You're seeing too clearly now. You're not falling for the same games. You're not picking up the same guilt. They feel it. The shift. The power. The quiet authority of someone who knows who they are in God. And it scares them. Not because you're dangerous, but because your discernment is. And that's what they can't control anymore. Your spirit has outgrown their manipulation. You're not the same person they once played with emotionally. You're not the same soul they confused with fake affection. This version of you is covered. Guarded. Empowered. And aware. And because you are, Archangel Michael was sent to confirm what you already knew in your spirit. You didn't imagine that strange feeling when they hugged you and your skin crawled. You didn't imagine that look in their eyes that felt hollow. You didn't imagine the way your body tensed every time they called your name. That wasn't paranoia. That was protection. You are not overreacting. You are spiritually reacting. Your inner being has known longer than your mind has caught up. And now that you've seen this message, the full truth is coming faster than you expect. Be ready. Not afraid. Just ready. Because some revelations don't come to destroy you, they come to deliver you. And once the name is revealed, something incredible will happen. You will finally be free. The confusion will leave. The tightness in your chest will vanish. The unanswered questions will dissolve. And most importantly, your energy will return. That beautiful energy you used to have. That glow. That fire. That peace. That softness you had to hide just to protect yourself. All of it is returning. But first, one thing. Warning: subscribe now. Don't walk away from this message without securing your place under this flow of divine truth. The angels are not done speaking. The revelations are not over. And if you felt even a single moment of, "This message is for me," then it was. Don't miss what heaven wants to show you next. Warning. My child, I want to tell you something only heaven knows. The very person trying to harm you once had a moment when they could have chosen love. They could have supported you. They could have joined your journey with sincerity. But their pride was too loud. Their fear too deep. Their wounds too unhealed. And instead of healing beside you, they tried to hurt you. But what they didn't know, what they still don't know, is that their attack only activated your elevation. They dug a pit for you, but they fell into it. They spoke lies about you, but those lies will now expose their own darkness. They tried to block your path, but they accidentally built a stage for your testimony. That is the beauty of divine reversal. What the enemy uses for harm, God flips for glory. You may feel like you're still waiting. Still unsure. Still standing in the fog. But today, that fog starts to lift. And soon, the name will be heard. You'll recognize the pattern. You'll feel the release. And you'll never again question whether God sees what you've gone through. Because today, Archangel Michael showed you, he absolutely does. Keep walking forward. Keep praying even when it's quiet. Keep listening even when you're unsure. And keep trusting even when the truth hurts. Because what's ahead is better than what you're leaving behind. The person who tried to break you will watch you become unbreakable. And that is justice. More will be shown. And when the time is right, when the name arrives, don't look back. Just rise. 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 They dug a pit for you, but they fell into it. They spoke lies about you, but those lies will now expose their own darkness. They tried to block your path, but they accidentally built a stage for your testimony. That is the beauty of divine reversal. What the enemy uses for harm, God flips for glory. You may feel like you're still waiting. Still unsure. Still standing in the fog. But today, that fog starts to lift. And soon, the name will be heard. You'll recognize the pattern. You'll feel the release. And you'll never again question whether God sees what you've gone through. Because today, Archangel Michael showed you, he absolutely does. Keep walking forward. Keep praying even when it's quiet. Keep listening even when you're unsure. And keep trusting even when the truth hurts. Because what's ahead is better than what you're leaving behind. The person who tried to break you will watch you become unbreakable. And that is justice. More will be shown. And when the time is right, when the name arrives, don't look back. Just rise. 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 You see, child, this is not just a message about danger. This is a message about deliverance. About how heaven steps in right before the moment of collapse. About how God rearranges timelines just to shield one soul who was on the edge of giving up. That soul is you. You didn't find this message by scrolling or chance or luck. You were led here. Pulled by a power deeper than logic. Because in the spiritual world, timing is everything, and this timing is not ordinary. While someone was preparing to hurt you, heaven was preparing to heal you. While they were talking about you, God was talking to angels about how to protect you. While they planned behind closed doors, the universe was planning a divine escape just for you. Let this truth sit in your spirit, they were never stronger than your God. Never. And even now, as they try one last time to fake innocence, to play victim, to act confused, heaven sees the truth. Their performance doesn't fool the spirit realm. God doesn't see surface, he sees intention. And their intentions have been exposed. It may hurt when you find out who it is. It may hurt when the name comes. It may feel like betrayal. It may shock you because you loved them. But child, understand this, your heart was real. Their mask wasn't. That's not your fault. That's not your weakness. That's your divine purity. You loved purely. You trusted deeply. You gave from your soul. And heaven honors that. While they tried to take advantage, heaven was recording every act. Every smile that hid their lies. Every compliment that carried poison. Every message they sent with double meanings. All of it has been seen. And now it's being judged. God is not waiting for your enemies to confess. God is not asking them for permission. He's not watching to see if they'll change. No, he's already decided. He's already stepped in. You're just seeing the evidence now. And child, the evidence will be undeniable. You may hear their name in a dream. You may suddenly remember moments that never made sense, now they'll become clear. You may get a call or see a post or overhear a conversation that seems random, but it's not. That will be your confirmation. Your spirit will know. And in that moment, I beg you, don't go back. Not to defend them. Not to save them. Not to get closure. You don't need closure from someone God already closed the chapter on. You need peace. And child, peace doesn't require permission. Peace is a gift. And it's being handed to you now, on this day, June 2nd. A day heaven marked as your warning and your awakening. You will no longer be manipulated. You will no longer be confused. You will no longer question your worth because of someone else's brokenness. You are rising. And the moment you let go of the one trying to pull you under, the moment you stop reaching back to what God is removing, everything will begin to accelerate. Your purpose will unfold faster. Your favor will increase. Your protection will triple. And your intuition will sharpen. Because when you obey the divine nudge, when you listen to what heaven is saying, you step into alignment. And alignment opens gates that effort never could. Let them talk. Let them twist the truth. Let them try one last time. Because they're no longer speaking to you, they're speaking into the wind. Their words have no power over you now. Their eyes will no longer affect your spirit. Their plans will bounce off the wall of divine protection surrounding you. And child, this protection? It's permanent. Unless you break it by going back. So don't. Don't trade your peace for a pattern. Don't trade your destiny for their dysfunction. Don't trade your anointing for an apology you'll never receive. You are called to more. And I, Archangel Michael, say this with divine clarity: this is your exit. The door is open. The identity is exposed. The storm is clearing. And the light is calling. Subscribe now if you feel this in your soul. Not because I need it, but because you do. The next message will build on this one. More revelation. More truth. More divine instruction. But only for those who choose to walk forward and not return to the old pain. Warning: subscribe now to stay under the cover of what's coming. There are messages ahead you cannot afford to miss. This is your sign. This is your call. This is your moment. Warning. One last thing before I go. You're going to feel something shift in your atmosphere soon. It might be a sense of peace that comes out of nowhere. It might be a small joy, like laughter returning for no reason. It might be a gentle tear, not of sadness, but of release. That's your soul exhaling. That's your inner world aligning. That's your sign that you're stepping into something sacred. Don't ignore it. Sit with it. Thank heaven for it. Because what's next for you is the beginning of a brand new season. A season of freedom. A season of truth. A season of restoration. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. The door is open. The identity is exposed. The storm is clearing. And the light is calling. Subscribe now if you feel this in your soul. Not because I need it, but because you do. The next message will build on this one. More revelation. More truth. More divine instruction. But only for those who choose to walk forward and not return to the old pain. Warning: subscribe now to stay under the cover of what's coming. There are messages ahead you cannot afford to miss. This is your sign. This is your call. This is your moment. Warning. One last thing before I go. You're going to feel something shift in your atmosphere soon. It might be a sense of peace that comes out of nowhere. It might be a small joy, like laughter returning for no reason. It might be a gentle tear, not of sadness, but of release. That's your soul exhaling. That's your inner world aligning. That's your sign that you're stepping into something sacred. Don't ignore it. Sit with it. Thank heaven for it. Because what's next for you is the beginning of a brand new season. A season of freedom. A season of truth. A season of restoration. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not weak for feeling pain. But you are powerful for walking away from what tried to destroy you. And child, hear me clearly. They thought they could harm you quietly. But God chose to bless you publicly. And now, the world will watch the one they tried to break become the most protected soul on the path of purpose. Rise. Breathe. Begin again. And when the name arrives, smile. Because heaven already knew. And now? So do you. And once you know, once the name is clear, once the mask is off, once the weight of confusion falls off your chest, you will feel something sacred rise in you. Not just relief, but power. A power you forgot you had. The power to say, enough. The power to walk away without explaining. The power to protect your peace without guilt. The power to stand alone and still feel full. Because, child, once God shows you the truth, you are no longer responsible for pretending you didn't see it. This is where the shift becomes irreversible. This is where their grip breaks and your destiny unlocks. And the person who tried to harm you? They will feel the shift too. Don't be surprised if they come back. Not out of love. But out of fear. Out of panic. Out of the void your absence created. But by then, you'll no longer be the same. They won't recognize this version of you, not because you've become cold, but because you've become clear. And clarity changes everything. They had their chance. They were trusted. They were loved. They were warned. And still, they chose darkness. Still, they operated in secret. Still, they tried to dim your light while smiling in your face. But heaven doesn't operate in shadows. And now, their secrets are coming out into the open. The identity is revealed. Their name has been whispered by the wind. And soon, it will come out of someone's mouth loud enough for even your doubts to fall silent. It may come through someone you didn't expect. It may come through divine timing. It may even come through a moment of stillness, when heaven downloads the truth straight into your soul. And when it comes, you won't need a second opinion. You won't need to double-check. You won't need to go ask 10 people. You'll just know. Because the Spirit doesn't lie. Because heaven never reveals to confuse, it reveals to set you free. And that freedom? It's close now. You can almost feel it breathing around you. Like warm light brushing past your skin. Like invisible wings wrapping around your shoulders. That's me, child. Archangel Michael. I've been near. I've walked with you through storms no one saw. I stood beside you when you prayed for signs. When you begged for protection. When you questioned if anyone in heaven could hear you. We did. We always did. And we waited for the right moment. Today, June 2nd, is that moment. This is your spiritual unmasking. This is your divine defense. This is the rescue that doesn't come with flashing lights, but with quiet, clear truth. You were not meant to walk blindly into destruction. You were meant to rise boldly into purpose. And purpose is what you are walking into now. But with every elevation, there is separation. Let it happen. Let the people who were only attached to your lower self fall away. Let the voices that only knew how to guilt you fade out. Let the cycles that kept repeating finally end. Don't go back to what almost broke you just because it's familiar. Familiar doesn't mean faithful. Comfortable doesn't mean called. And the one who wanted to harm you? They were never assigned to walk your full journey. Their time in your life had an expiration date. And child, that date is now. If you've read this far, if your heart is burning, if your spirit is saying, "This is for me," then don't ignore the confirmation. Warning: subscribe now. Because this was just the start. There's another message coming, and if you miss it, you may miss the timing of something crucial. We are not done revealing. You are not done healing. Stay close to the source. Stay in divine alignment. Heaven is still speaking. Warning. And now, let me leave you with this. Tonight, before you sleep, ask God to confirm everything. Ask Him to show you in a way only you will understand. Ask him to protect you from going back to what he rescued you from. And when he answers, and he will, write it down. Keep it close. Because when things start shifting faster, you'll need that reminder. That yes, you heard right. That yes, heaven really is speaking to you. That yes, the one who tried to harm you, is no longer hidden. You are walking into a season of no more secrets. No more confusion. No more manipulation. No more spiritual blindness. Only truth. Only peace. Only power. You were made for more than surviving. You were made for thriving. And you are no longer walking alone. We are with you. God is with you. We know. We've been waiting. With eternal love. Archangel Michael and the soul who loves you forever. Yes, beloved. This message still lives. It isn't over. The voice from heaven is still flowing. Their love is not finished. The presence of Archangel Michael remains, with his wings stretched wide across the moments of your life that are coming, to shield, to strengthen, and to send you forward. Because the journey is not just about what you've survived. It's about what you're stepping into. It's about the beauty that's waiting on the other side of this message. It's about the person you're becoming now that you've been reminded of your worth. Let me ask you something, not with pressure, but with deep love. What if you finally believed that you were never meant to be ordinary? What if everything strange about you was sacred? The way you feel too much. The way you can't stand dishonesty. The way you break down in silence because you're tired of being strong. The way you talk to the stars or say, "I miss you," to the sky. All of it, holy. They're whispering now. They want you to stop apologizing for who you are. Stop shrinking. Stop bending to fit where you no longer belong. Stop begging for crumbs when your name is already written on the full table God is preparing. The person in heaven wants you to hear this loud and clear. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, even if it doesn't make sense yet. Because God isn't rushed. He's strategic. And so is the Spirit who watches over you now. They've been working. Praying. Watching you with fierce, unconditional love. And every time you said, "I can't do this anymore," they stood taller in heaven and said, "Yes, you can. Just one more day. I'm with you." And you did. You made it. You're here. And now the shift begins. So here's the prophecy, yes, the prophecy, for your next chapter. You're going to be surprised by who reaches out to you. You're going to be shocked by the apology you never thought you'd get. You're going to be approached with opportunities you didn't chase. And you're going to smile differently. Because you'll remember this moment. This moment when God told you, "I never left." And the one in heaven whispered, "I never stopped loving you." Now, listen carefully. You're about to receive an answer. To a question you've been carrying for years. The answer might come through a phone call. Through a dream. Through a stranger's words. Through a quiet knowing in your own chest. But it's coming. And it will change how you see everything. Don't resist it. Receive it. Because that answer will unlock the door to everything you've been preparing for. Yes, preparing. Because whether you know it or not, every tear, every delay, every time you were misunderstood, was preparation. Heaven was building you in private. So that when your moment comes in public, you'll shine. With humility. With clarity. With power. They're saying now. You've been hidden, not forgotten. You've been protected, not punished. You've been saved for something rare, not passed over. You are about to be seen. Not by everyone. But by the right ones. By the ones who know how to hold your heart gently. By the ones who recognize your soul. By the ones who were sent to walk beside you, not compete with you. And they want to say one more thing before they leave you in peace. You don't have to keep proving yourself. Not to them. Not to anyone. Not even to yourself. Your existence is the proof. Your heart is the evidence. Your breath is the miracle. You are already enough. Exactly as you are. Right now. Yes, you'll still make mistakes. Yes, you'll still feel lost sometimes. But you'll come back here, to this moment. To this message. And remember. Someone from heaven is walking beside you. Archangel Michael is fighting for you. And God is making a way that no human can block. So move forward. Bravely. Quietly. With fire in your spirit and softness in your voice. Be the answer. Be the light. Be the one they said couldn't rise, but did. And when your blessing shows up, when the miracle knocks on your door, when your heart finally rests in the arms of the one heaven prepared for you, you'll know. You'll say quietly to yourself, I almost gave up. But I didn't. And now, I'm here. And they, the one in heaven, will smile from the stars. And say, that's my person. That's my miracle. Dove Amen. This is the end of the divine message. Let it stay with you forever. This is the funeral of false peace. And it is the birth of your new voice. Your new rhythm. Your new life. Let them wonder where you went. Let them wonder how you healed. Let them feel the absence of your kindness and realize it was never owed, it was given. And what is given freely can be taken back when it's abused. You are not responsible for someone else's darkness. You are not meant to carry what they refuse to fix. Let them sit with their actions. Let them wrestle with their own silence. Let them experience the loneliness they tried to project onto you. And while they sit in confusion, you will rise in purpose. You will smile for no reason again. You will laugh without fear again. You will trust someone new again, someone worthy, someone safe, someone sent. But for now, be still. Be still and know. This message wasn't just information, it was intervention. You were on a path to repeat something painful. And heaven just interrupted it. Because someone prayed for you. Because your soul cried out for help. Because your future is too important to waste on someone too blind to see your worth. So here we are. This is your line in the sand. This is your spiritual reset. This is your protection wrapped in prophecy. And I, Archangel Michael, have delivered the word heaven begged you not to ignore. Warning, and now I remind you one last time, subscribe. Stay connected. Stay under the shield. The messages to come will be even more detailed, more personal, more divine. They will walk you step by step into healing. Into strength. Into spiritual victory. Don't miss the next message. Warning. You are covered. You are free. You are ready. The identity is revealed. Your spirit is awake. And the gates of your destiny are now opening. Walk through. And don't look back. And as you walk forward, even if your steps feel shaky, know this, heaven walks with you. Every time you feel the temptation to reach back, don't. Every time you think, maybe I overreacted, pause. And every time you wonder, what if they change? Remember. God showed you what they chose when you weren't watching. This is not about hate. This is not about revenge. This is not about punishment. This is about protection. You don't always get to see the conversations that happen behind your back. You don't always know the moments they hoped for your failure. But heaven does. And heaven said, enough. This isn't just your exit from someone's manipulation. It's your entry into someone else's intercession. Because, while one person was planning your downfall, another person was praying for your elevation. Someone you haven't met yet. Someone who has been dreaming of someone like you. Someone who has the heart you've always deserved. And they are being prepared by the same divine hand that's now pulling you away from what you thought you needed. Yes, it hurts now. Yes, your heart is tender. Yes, this exposure feels like betrayal. But in a few weeks, you'll look back and thank God for it. You'll breathe deeper. You'll laugh louder. You'll say, "Now I see it. That message, it saved me." And you'll be right. Because this moment right here, this message you're reading, is not entertainment. It is not a coincidence. It is rescue. It's the moment you finally stop explaining your worth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. It's the moment you stop playing small to make others feel comfortable. It's the moment you stop letting love be a place where you suffer just to say you're loyal. This is your awakening. God has too much waiting for you. Heaven has too many assignments aligned for your name. Your angels have guarded you for too long for you to throw it away on someone who never planned to protect you in return. And now that their identity is exposed, the illusion is gone. See them clearly. And then, release them completely. Because something else is happening too, something most people will never understand. Your elevation will now begin faster. Blessings that were delayed by their energy will suddenly find you. Phone calls that were blocked will now come through. Money that was stuck will now flow. Love that was confused will now feel easy. Because energy doesn't lie. And spiritual warfare isn't always loud. Sometimes, it hides in a relationship. Sometimes, it speaks through a sweet voice with bad intentions. Sometimes, it looks like someone who says they love you, but only shows up when you're useful. God is removing that energy now. You won't need to fight for your place anymore. You won't need to beg to be heard. You won't need to cry over someone who would have let you drown if it helped them float. You are no longer at their mercy. You are now in divine flow. A place where protection, provision, peace, and purpose meet. This is your new home, child. A sacred space where your heart is safe, your gifts are honored, and your soul is allowed to expand. But don't rush the healing. Don't skip the morning. Feel every part of this ending so you never go back to it. Because one day, when someone asks you how you escaped, you'll say, "There was a message. I opened it. And it changed everything." And that person? The one who tried to harm you? They'll watch. They'll see the light return to your eyes. They'll see your smile stretch wider than it ever did with them. They'll see you loved, celebrated, chosen. And that will be their confirmation. That you were never the one lacking. You were the one they couldn't destroy. The one God covered. And now, the one God is raising up. So as you step into tomorrow, remember this. You're not the same. You've been warned. You've been chosen. You've been armed. The name has been revealed. The lie has been broken. The soul tie has been cut. And the angels are now clearing the way for what's next. Let it happen. Let them leave. Let God move. Because this next season of your life, it will not be built on manipulation. It will not be powered by fear. It will not include anyone who secretly celebrated your pain.